Oh, what are you guys doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Just rolling around. Hello, YouTube users. It's Jester Tech here with you once again, and well, I'm making a follow-up video to this K car that I bought recently. And if you remember, I bought this thing out in Iowa, drove an hour and a half home, and it made it. Did a couple things to it, obviously, to get it to go home. But the important thing is that it made it, and I think this is a worthy car to be on the road. In fact, I already got plates for it. It's already legal on the road. That's why I love Illinois. They don't have any inspection or anything like that. The car doesn't even need to run, and you can have plates and insurance and all that stuff on it. That's how it should be everywhere. But anyways, other than the plates, it's got a bumper sticker, period correct bumper sticker, and this is an actual original print that I found at a flea market a couple years back. I finally got a car that fits it. A buddy of mine was telling me that Lee Iacocca actually ran for, well, he was thinking of running for president in '88. So that would have been a very appropriate sticker to put on a K car right there. She does need a lot, but I've actually put like 150 miles on this thing since since I put plates on it. So it's not really left me stranded yet, not overheated, not really giving me any problems. But for today, I'm going to address a couple things. Biggest thing, this accelerator pump on this carburetor is leaking. Now, I've heard some bad things about these Holley, what is it, 5220 carburetors, where it has the electric jet and stuff like that. It's like a half step towards fuel injection. I've heard a lot of people say they're really fiddly, really hard to mess with. I mean, I'm no Thunderhead 289, if you know what I mean. I'm not a carburetor expert. But I think today I'm going to pull this thing off, clean it up a little bit, and, well, get an accelerator pump for it. I haven't ordered any parts for this thing, unfortunately, but I can get an accelerator pump because it's a Holley and it's the same between them all. At least that's what I've been told, that it's the same. I can get one for $49.99 in stock at AutoZone. So that's what I'm going to do. And just do that, because this thing generally doesn't run too bad. Idle's a little rough and stuff and doesn't get the best gas mileage, I've noticed. And I think most of that's because of that leaking accelerator pump. In fact, it was leaking so bad that I had a minor little engine fire in this thing, and I got it put out immediately. But yeah, that's not ideal. That's something I'm going to address pretty soon. Might also throw a fuel filter on here while I'm at it, and maybe, you know, replace the rubber line right there and here, and maybe go into the pump. You know, just for peace of mind. The other thing I want to address today is doing the shift linkage, because if you remember, I had one of the shift rods just fall off because there's no potter pin holding it, and also the bushing was just Wi-Fi there. These things had little plastic bushings that just disintegrated and fell out, and well, it's not like you can buy them, but you know what you can buy? You can buy a little, I have a big assortment kit of these rubber grommets got at Harbor Freight that I use for like wiring and stuff like that. When you know, like you drill a hole in the firewall, you run the wire through it so it doesn't, you know, the sharp edges don't damage it. I bet those would work really good as bushings for this shift linkage. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get some new clips, see what happens, because the shift linkage does work, but it's just pretty hard to use. Also, gonna try to work on this this turn signal switch, which is broken, and I haven't really like driven this thing in the town or anything really much, because I live 2 miles from work and I live in the middle of nowhere, so there's really no traffic. So I've been just doing hand signals, but I'm gonna see if I can fix this today. It's not like I can get a new switch at the parts store anymore, but I think I got a feeling that it's something that I have a little plastic welder, you know, with the little hot staples. I got a feeling I might be able to fix this, actually, without doing anything. So I'm going to pop this wheel off and see what happens. Okay, so I got the carb off. It's a Holley 5220. And, well, this is what's leaking, the accelerator pump right here. And I got a new one, which I'm pretty sure should fit since it's a Holley. But honestly, it might not. I don't know. But it was only $5, so I thought it might. It looks like it'll fit. That's what was leaking, and you know, it also idled a little rough and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna, you know, go through. I got some vacuum line, I got a little bit of fuel line, stuff like that. I'm just gonna replace all the rubber lines while I'm here, and a fuel filter, I got that as well. I'm just gonna go replace, you know, that one going here, and then most of these vacuum lines. I got I don't know if I got all of them, but I don't. But here's one thing that's interesting about this particular vehicle. It's this carburetor has it's like a rubber adapter, and I don't know how much I trust that. I don't really feel very good about that. With it not, I mean, I don't see how it's possible that doesn't have some sort of vacuum leak going on, but well, I don't have another part, and I'm pretty sure the rebuild kit doesn't come with one of these weirdo adapter things. I think this is like a Chrysler only thing, so it's gonna have to work for now. And like I said, I don't have a rebuild kit, so I'm just kind of going through it. Here's the, is it like the road draft tube? What is that? It's for like the PCV or something. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, I'm gonna kind of, you know, just clean it up. I'm not taking it all apart because I don't have a rebuild kit. If I tear one of these gaskets, I'm kind of screwed unless I want to make one out of like a cereal box or something, which I'll be honest, I have done, but on like really old really simple, really old carburetors. So I guess not all Holley accelerator pumps are created equal, which leaves me in a bit of a pickle. I got two options. Number one, that Studebaker has a knockoff Holley, and that thing doesn't even run, and it's a 1 barrel, and it actually might be the same. I might see if I can pillage the pump off that. The other thing is, the only difference is the height of this. So I pulled this, I kind of took the old one apart, and I have this piece, and I was thinking, what if I ground that down, drilled it out, and made it like really close, and just like press fitted it on there? I don't know. Or I don't know if the gasket would survive, or well, at least the diaphragm, but I could also, because it get really hot, I could also try to weld, make a little puddle of weld. I don't know, it's a dumb idea. Or I could just wait and get the proper part, but yeah, I'm not going to do that. It's literally identical in every other way, except this doesn't go up as far. So I just need to somehow make this attached to that. Yeah, that doesn't look anywhere near what I'm looking for. So, well, I'm on my way to the parts store again, and I just wanted to, so when it comes to the accelerator pump, it is definitely the wrong accelerator pump. There's no chance I'm going to get another one, at least for a while, until I just get a whole rebuild kit. So what I did for now is I just kind of, which the bolt pattern on it was the same, the screw pattern for the screws. So what I did, I put it in, and then I actually took that little bit that I had off the other accelerator pump, ground it down just so it was right, like, and just kind of stuck it in there with it. Not connected, but the little the push rod pushes that, and that pushes the pump. And I tested it; it does work. It does spray gas. It doesn't leak. So I'm gonna call that a win. It's probably will work just fine. But one of these days, obviously, I'll go into that carburetor properly. But yeah. List of things I need to get. I need to get a steering wheel puller. I gotta rent one. I could borrow one from work, but, well, the place is locked up right now, and obviously I'm not gonna do that. I mean, I could wait till tomorrow to do this stuff, but I'm kind of impatient, so I'm just gonna go rent one. It's 20 bucks, and I get my 20 bucks back if I end up not keeping it. So yeah. Rent that. I gotta get me some different bushings because the little grommets, the rubber grommets, they're a little bit too thin for the actually fit in there. So I'm gonna go to Ace Hardware and see if I can find some thicker rubber grommets that'll actually, you know, seat all the way around it. I also gotta get some cotter clips too, which I forgot to get earlier. So yeah, it's a couple cotter pins, some grommets, and a steering wheel puller, and that should be good. So I improved the shift linkage a little bit. It's not as bad as it used to be. It's not as loose, but unfortunately you still have to push down to go to first and second. But other than that, it's fine. It looks like I lucked out on this turn signal switch. Literally, it looks like just that screw came loose. That's it. So I'm going to tighten that up, and should have this is just me hand tightening it. Now it actually works. So I'm going to tighten that up, and I should have turn signals again. Behold! Turn signals! Now people will actually know where I'm going. Oh, here's another thing I got to address. I've only got one wiper, so I got to work on the wiper drive. Apparently they have these bushings that go bad in them, and unlike the bushings for the shift linkage, you can actually buy the bushings for the wiper arms, because it's like every Chrysler into like the 2000s use the same part. So I got a bit of JB weld set up, holding the horn button on. I kind of cleaned up that residue, luckily. And I got the river mirror. Well, it's gonna dry at some point. I still got to put the shift boot on, which that should take about 5 minutes. When it comes to the accelerator pump, I'll be honest. I thought it wasn't leaking. It is leaking just a little bit. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna order a kit and I'm gonna just do the accelerator pump. And well, I mean, it does look like it's possible to do without pulling that carb again, which was a pain in the ass, but you know, might as well do it while I have it all apart again. Got my fuel filter and my new lines in there, using the original hardware for it, so that's pretty good. And I drove this thing down the road, and it actually does have a little more pickup. It does feel a bit better. I mean, I have no idea how old that fuel filter was. It was probably pretty clogged. But it's like I also sprayed out the idle circuit and stuff like that. So honestly, I think this thing runs and drives pretty decent now. So next week, well, maybe at the end of next week, I don't know if I'm making a video, but I'm going to bring this into the shop, and I'm going to do some pretty serious work to this thing. I'm going to do front brakes on it and probably do the rear brake line. Going to look at that subframe. It is pretty rusty, but there aren't any holes in it, so I'm just going to kind of leave that. This I'm going to leave for a little while. I mean, I'm thinking of ways to fix this. I mean, I was talking about like a brace that goes down to the frame rail in the top of the strut originally, but well, I can do a bit of a better job. If I pull this fender off, I could actually just make a new apron. Or if I find another K car in the junkyard, I just chop the whole apron off, maybe I could go all the way down to the spot welds and actually do a proper repair on this. I have done that before. I've done an apron on a newer car before, and so I could do that. But I guess that's all I got for today. I'm just gonna kind of clean up and I'll take this thing to work tomorrow. So thank you guys for watching, and leave a comment if you have one.